Okay, guys. So we're back. I did make a couple of changes to the server, but that'll be in the server news um, in more detail. But I did change or decrease the animal count. Unfortunately, we have to wait for a bunch of them to die off for that to actually take effect. Um, and um, it has been brought to my attention that the water level in a lot of areas is just too shallow. Um, some of the larger vessels require 20 to 25 depth, or 20 to 25 dirt depth, whatever. Um, and in one particular area that a person, one of the players, and to my knowledge, it's actually the first one on the server, but let's see, I believe that's the island chain, so up that direction. I think it's past the edge over here. Um, there is a player that has actually built the very first Corbita on the server that I'm aware of. Let's see. Okay, so we do have canine meat, beef meat, insect meat, and we have the pottery bowls. We have a few things that we can put in there. All right. Well, we need to double check. We do have wood scraps. We do not have kindling, but I believe we have enough wood scrap to make kindling. So let's take this, and we're going to say yes. We're going to combine this wood scrap. Okay. And then we're going to use our carving knife. This is going to be so much easier doing it this way. Because I can already tell we're going to have problems. Try that again. So anyway, the Corbita requires somewhere between 20 and 21 depth. And they were stuck in an area, and I do mean stuck, in an area that only has 16 to 18 depth for a considerable distance. Um, was that possibly poor planning on their end? Nah, not really. Um, it was a design flaw in the map that I created. Um, well, it was I used another individual's height map to create my map. Um, so realistically, it was a design flaw not in the height map, but the map that I created based on where the water level should or water table should be. Um, I'm probably going to be making a new map, but even if I do, this map that we're currently working on will remain. If I make a new map, it will be for a separate but neighboring server. So you'll still log into this server and you'll find your way over to the other server um, in whatever direction. Um, but that kind of depends on how this server goes, and that's a ways off. So for now, I've found a new mod that is a GM mod. It's not one for the players, but it allows me to actually go out and fix the height underwater. Well, I mean, realistically, it lets me fix the height anywhere, but not used carefully, it could result in some very devastating consequences. So combine those. Okay. Now we're going to take. We have 3 bowls, right? All right. So let's take 3 canine meat. We'll take these 3 insect meat. We're gonna make a few meals today, so that I've got them, and we definitely need to eat anyway. We'll take 3 strawberries. We'll take 3 tomatoes. We'll take, oh, let's go up here, 3 carrots. We'll take 3 potatoes, and we're actually going to cut those potatoes because we can. We can't do anything with the rice just yet until we can have cooked rice, and for that I need fresh water. We're going to take 3 pumpkins, and we're going to take 6 corn, and we're going to take 3 pea pods and see what we can come up with. First things first, let's head over this direction. Oh yeah, we can kill that, and we can kill that, and we're going to go over here by the water. This tile looks pretty good. Nope, we can't drink from this one. Can't drink from this one. We can drink from that one, so we don't want to be on that one. So we'll just back off a couple to this tile here. We're going to go furnaces, campfire. And we'll try it again. Now, if you watched my last video, you'll know that this is going to be a shorter video. If you did not watch my last video, then I'm telling you now, it's going to be a shorter video. I have band practice tonight. Let's see. Hence why it's going to end up being shorter. But there's also the other aspect. Oh, apparently he's still digging. Okay, are you done now? Take. Believe we can combine P2, but yes, we can. And there's 40 of it, which is fine. We're going to burn the peat. Examine. Yeah. You only need 20 weight of any fuel to max out these campfires and such. Okay, so let's open this. So yeah, playing around with the new mod, trying to fix actually, okay. Let's just do it this way. We can put that, and let's do a carrot in here. I have no idea if any of this is actually going to turn up anything, but we'll see. I'm just trying to get a little weight into each of them. And yeah, let's do a pea pod as well. Okay, and then we can do a lure on this. Make a canine casserole when cooked. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so when I got home from work, I started in on the server, started working on some issues that were brought to my attention. There are a lot of other issues I'm working on, guys. Trust me, I'm working on them. It's just going to take a lot of time because I can't do everything myself in a very rapid manner. I can do everything myself. It's just going to take me a little time. Um, the I don't remember if I said it in yesterday's video or not, but in case I didn't, the iron veins for the public mine have been fixed and replaced. They're in working order again. The inn I'm working on slowly but surely. I'm trying to get beds in there and decorations and all that other stuff in between everything else. I had somebody that needed a western road, which I put in along with guard towers and whatnot. I am not building bridges to neighboring islands or any of that. Nope. You want a bridge? Add a bridge. Figure out how to make one. That's fine. I will build the main roads for the main island. And then, of course, any other roads I choose to build here and there with my characters. But I'm not going to do all the work myself. I definitely can, and I'm more than willing to put in time just like anybody else. But if I'm the only one putting in time, then it's going to take me a bit to get anything accomplished. So reasonable requests will be addressed as quickly as I can. Okay, let's bring this down so we can see it a little better. We're going to bring this in, and we're going to eat this since it's hot. Ooh, that's taking a little while. I like that, because that means that's going to go up pretty decent. So anyway, yeah, I know there are beds that need to go in the inn. Biddy has offered to bring in Corey, her GM character, to place beds and whatnot. She's still a little under the weather, but she's getting better. Her issue was she doesn't know where I want the beds. This is very true. I have failed on that aspect to express to her where I'm planning on putting things or what have you. So this weekend, probably Sunday, if I don't get around to it on Thursday, I'm going to try to do it Thursday. If I don't, then Sunday, I will be doing a full-on video for the server to include what I plan on putting where and all that so that everyone has reference as to what I plan on doing. I did put in a western road. I put in more towers. The roads still have a long way to go. Most of them don't have cat's eyes, waystones, any of that stuff yet. There's other mods that need to be put in that I haven't gotten around to. I'm working on getting the Discord mod in there so that anything going on in chat in the Global Freedom chat or in the help chat, which I don't know why I don't have that up here. Hang on. Manage. profile. Any cross server any. CA help right there. Show. If you don't have this set to show on this server, you're not going to be able to see if anybody. I mean, there's new people that come and go all the time, not necessarily from this server, but eventually that's going to be the case. If there is a new person on this server, a new player, someone who hasn't got 20,000 hours of playtime in, and they have questions, it'd be nice to be able to answer them. And if you have the answers, then you're going to be able to answer them a little easier. But if you can't see them, you don't know that there's... Okay, I want to hide these because I don't need the startup message each time, but I'm leaving the channels there. So like Freedom Chat will open up, Global Freedom will open up. I don't know why there's both, but Global Freedom's the one we use on this server. And then the trade is still going to show up. But I don't need a message. Look at this. Do I really need this message? This is the trade channel. Only messages starting with it. I don't need all that nonsense. I know what a trade channel is. So the channel startup message can be hidden. But I want the channel to stay there. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to leave that there. Okay, all that's good. Is there an apply there? Oh, yes. We got to move this up so we can get to the send. Done. Now my CA help channel is there. That's the community assistance help channel. I don't believe I am listed as a channel moderator on this character, but we'll see. Okay, I can still talk in the channel, which is good. That means that anyone can talk in the channel. That's what I want. I want people to be able to help other people. Okay, let's pull this guy out. We're going to eat this. And we're at 35 right now. So we're going to pull the pottery bowls out. And we're going to go with a meat in each one. Now we can open these up so we can see them. We're going to go with the corn in each one. A pumpkin in each one. And yeah, I'm sure there's a faster way to do this, but I'm not all that concerned with it. Okay, now the potatoes. We want, believe it's the carving knife. No, maybe it's the butchering knife. I could have swore. I could have swore it was one of the knives on the potato to create or to cut the potatoes. All I'm getting is wrap, taste, and eat with the carving knife. Butchering knife. Ah, there we go. So now it should go through all three. Okay. We're going to take this one and put it in there. Take this one, put it in there. And take this one and put it in there. And now we're going to take our pottery bowls and put them back in there. And oh yeah, we need to do the lore on this. Make a breakfast. So apparently I mean, granted, we have a couple of different ingredients in there, but apparently one of the big differences is the meat type, or at least I would guess. Oh, apparently these two guys are working on a boat as well. They're not the ones that have the Corbita, but that just means I need to really move forward with. Actually, we can run down here and get a drink of salty water while that's cooking. Um, Means I need to worry about the shoreline and getting the shoreline dealt with. I am not doing all of the shoreline, by the way. Um, what I'm going to do, while that's cooking, let me switch over so that you guys can see. Okay. So if we go to topographic, all this that's out here is nice and deep. Okay. What we're concerned with, if we back out a little bit, all this area next to the land, that's pretty doggone shallow. So I just want to go back through. Um, so, okay, here is where we're at right now. So if you come down and around here, the Corbita's sitting over here. It is owned by somebody, yes. Um, and they were stuck in this area. Well, that's a little ways away from the deep water. So I channeled out all of this to be able to give them room. In fact, I think I came over here a bit. Might have come up here a little bit. But I want to be able to carve out a nice little pocket. Maybe not necessarily through a channel like this, but if it's nice and wide, there should be, I mean, at least the very center of it should be cleared out enough for the larger vessels. And then if you want to go into, a bit closer, like up in here, you would need a smaller vessel. Um, that's not to say that you couldn't necessarily, for instance, park your Corbita here. That's pretty doggone close to shore. And you can swim over here, or you can have another, like a rowboat or something here, and you can keep going the rest of the way, or, whatever. People tend to get really, really, really creative, but, this person didn't realize that the channel was very, very shallow. I mean, look at this. Some of this is really deep. So you could get Corbitas up and down this all day long, except maybe in this area. I don't know. I haven't tried, but um, some of it's really deep and some of it's not. So once you get back out, see, all of this is shallow. So I'd have to at least make a channel coming through here somewhere to get out to deeper water. But if you're um, how about this? Let me just throw this out there to anyone that wants to play on the server, that does play on the server, that's interested in playing on the server, that's looking at the possibility of um, making a boat on this server. Um, Learn to dredge because you're probably going to get stuck in a place or two. And without help, you're just going to be stuck there. So learn how to dredge. Um, Take a dredge with you, and anywhere you get stuck, dredge it out. Then you're not going to get stuck the next time, and you're helping the next person out that goes through there. This is a lot of work trying to knock all this stuff down. But that said, I will personally be working on center channels. So watch your water depth from your boat. Um, we'll bring the map back up here in just a second. I want to get this down so I can get started on the next one, and then we'll bring the map back up. We're at 37. We're not gaining a whole lot of food right now. We are gaining nutrition though. We're at 33% nutrition. So all is not lost. And those numbers are probably making Biddy happier because she's not seeing a bright orange bar. And I'm not just eating pumpkins. I'm putting a whole lot of stuff into these breakfasts and casseroles and stuff, but I am definitely going to have to start farming again here really quickly. Okay, let's switch back over. All right, so let me pull out just a little bit. Okay, areas like this, over time, I will worry about stuff like this. Areas like this, I'm going to tell you now, unless you dredge it out, you're probably not going to get your boat in there. Obviously, I have to dredge this out a little bit, but I'm pretty sure it's deep enough as it is. Not 100% certain, but um, going around like this area here, you're probably not getting a corbita in there unless you dredge it out. I will work on this whole segment and pulling down into an area like this, but I'm not most likely not going to dredge out this whole thing. I may. If I do, it's going to be over time. I'm going to try to clear out this some so that you can get a little closer into land. Because I honestly don't like how far out this is. Um, but that it was an oversight. Um, so like this big old bay right here, that should be cleared out. But the problem is there's not a whole lot of areas that you're going to be able to go through. Now I could dredge this out, but I'm probably not going to. I'll probably cut in here and bring it closer to land, and I'll come in here and bring it closer, maybe even up here a little bit. But you got to expect if you're going to sail a boat, there are going to be highs and lows under the water. So you're going to have to be able to navigate that stuff. That's part of the challenge of operating a boat. But I'm not saying no, I'm not going to clean it out. I'm saying that I will do what I can as fast as I can, but I have a whole lot of other stuff that I have to do too. So if you're waiting on me, you may as well just go ahead and grab your dredge and start taking care of some stuff. Um, Again, I'm not saying I'm not going to take care of it, and I'm not trying to be mean about things, but people want, or a lot of different people want a lot of different things. So I'm doing what I can to accommodate everyone, along with maintaining these videos and keeping things just going. let's see, where are we at? We're at 30 minutes, so we're going to eat this one. And I know this wasn't a whole lot of Ironman today, but that's kind of what's going to end up being because I have band practice tonight. I want to at least put something out. Um, okay. Sorry, I was just checking on those guys, make sure they didn't need anything. All right, so I can pull these. We're not going to worry about snuffing the campfire because it's going to, if we let it burn, it's just going to give us ash, and we could use the ash. So let's see where we're at here. All right, that one just finished. We are now at 45% nutrition with 51% food. So if we come back over here and take a look at what we got, let's see. Yeah, hot food cooking increased to 2. That's cooking, hot food cooking. We are now at, oh, let's do this, 2.080732. We gained 0.222, basically. Open this up. Let's see. You know what? Let's pull. Yeah, let's pull 10 of these rice and just eat. Hey, what happened? Oh, I'm not. I'm too far away. We're going to pull 10 of these rice. We can always plant more rice. We'll try to get our food up a bit more. I don't think that's going to happen with rice. I mean, I don't know if any of you have ever eaten just straight rice, but you may fill up on it real quick, but 20 minutes later, it's like you haven't eaten anything. You get hungry all over again. But it is something. We eat those two. Okay, we do have some cucumbers. So we're going to grab, let's grab 4 of those. We're going to eat these. At 53. Oh, nutrition's going down now. Sorry, Biddy. So that's the trade-off that you get. If you eat food raw, you fill up faster. If you eat cooked food, you fill up slower, but you get a better nutrition value out of it, and it tends to last longer in your belly. At least that's what I keep getting told. We'll eat these last 2, and then we're going to call it. I apologize, it was not the greatest of videos today, but like I said, I've got things I got to get taken care of, and I was taking care of some things on the server earlier. I still have a bunch of other stuff that I need to take care of. I did implement a action timer fix mod, so some of the action timers are going to be a little modified compared to what you might be used to them being on the server. But I didn't make any changes. This just actually goes in and fixes a few things that changing the action timer. Well, on this server, the action timer is 3.0 times normal speed. But there are certain things that doesn't affect or that don't get affected by it. This mod actually is supposed to fix that. It takes into account what the action timer is set for on the server and corrects the bad coding, I guess. The incomplete coding, maybe, or a coding issue. Yeah, let's use that. It corrects a potential coding issue that is hard coded into the game. So even if you change the action timer, certain things don't get that change, and they should. Um, this fix addresses that and attempts to correct those issues. I do not know, because I know a few of you are going to ask. I do not know if that actually fixes the combat timers as far as skill gain goes. I don't have a clue. Um, it actually did not say anything about it. In fact, I can tell you. Let's see. Let me go into it real quick and I will tell you what it says. Okay, so flatten, spells, destroy, pray, sacrifice, sow, meditate, alchemy, improve, forage, breed, and quote unquote miscellaneous. So I don't know if that means that there is an actual miscellaneous skill that it's working on, or if it is just trying to say, hey, there's other stuff. Um, it also affects the lockpick timer and spell blacklists. Um, for example, locate soul, drain health, and drain stamina. Um, Now, as you can see, there is a miscellaneous items here, but I don't know if the timer actually affects these, or like I said, if it's just saying, hey, there's too many things to list, so we're just going to put this in as a final thing just to so that everyone's aware that there's other stuff too. Um, but there's several things that it addresses. So let's see. Let's do one other thing real quick to test this out. Oh, I so wish I had a sprint button. Yes, there is a mod out there that I can put into the server to adjust speeds and all. I'm not going to do it. So if there's anyone that plays on this server that's watching these videos, don't even bother asking because I'm not going to. Yes, there are mods out there for almost anything, but that's not a quality of life thing. That's just a uh, it's in my opinion it's more of a selfish thing. I want my guy to go faster, so I'm going to implement such and such mod just to be able to run, you know, lightning speeds. No, that's not. That's seriously not what's going to happen. Okay, so as per yesterday's video, everybody watch out for wolves. I don't see any in the immediate vicinity. I see a rooster and a sheep. Is that a dog? That's a dog over there. There's another sheep. There's a horse. I think we're okay for a minute. We're going to chop this tree down and we're going to see if there is a change in the stump removal. Okay. Now I don't necessarily need this, but go ahead and chop her up too. Okay. Now we'll move on to the log. Ooh, actually that is a little bit faster. I mean, it's not seriously fast, but it's definitely, oh, excuse me, a bit faster than what it was yesterday. So I can deal with that. Um, Oh, crop timers. Um, so I think I mentioned in yesterday's video, but I'm not 100% certain. Actually, all of those are good quality compared to what I was getting. I need to bring the car. You know what? We're going to let these sit for a minute. I need to put something with them. Ugh, I don't want them rotting though. Oh, well, I got to get back on deed so I don't die out here. Um, the harvest timer, or not harvest time, yeah, basically the harvest timer. It's the crop timer for the crop cycles. Was apparently set at 16 based on the math. Um, the server here does it kind of weird. It's all set up in milliseconds. So I had to jump on the internet, find a millisecond converter to hours, and found out that based on what it's currently set at, it was at 16 hours. Um, 11 hours I can deal with, which is what was suggested. That gives it, since the server starts or restarts every day, once a day, for backups. I needed to, or it was only getting one update, one crop cycle update, which is when the system does a check to find out if the crop has currently done any growing or if it's going to stay stagnant or whatever. Well, it would be really nice if we could at least get two a day, but I don't want it, everything being ready for harvest before I even finish planting this stuff. And that was the issue we were having before. Now it should, you know what? We're going to go get these logs, bring them back, and then we're going to go grab a few seeds and we're going to, yes, we have our rake. We're going to go ahead and plant a couple crops and see what happens by tomorrow. Um, there should be, typically, it's 5 growth cycles. Um, to achieve full harvest. Not, oh, hey, this says it's ready to harvest. No, that's not a growth cycle. A growth cycle, when you plant it, it looks one way. The next growth cycle, if it's successful, will have a slightly larger look to it. It'll look like it's grown a little bit. Same with the next one, same with the next one. Difference is the fourth growth cycle is not the completed growth cycle. That is the one that says, hey, um, you need to do some raking. From everything I've read. Now, if I am wrong, please leave a comment down below and let me know I'm wrong, and I will correct the viewers um, in what I said. But as far as I understand, the first three are effectively seedling stages. The fourth one is when you go back through and you quote unquote farm the area to de-weed it and then the fifth one is, and mind you, the fourth one will say that you can harvest it once it's done. You're done with your farming thing, but it hasn't gone through that last cycle yet. So you can harvest it, but you're only going to get minimum yield. Once it goes through that final cycle, it's fully harvestable. It's done, and then you get the max amount. Now, the problem is it's really, really, really difficult to tell the difference between a crop in fourth cycle and a crop in fifth cycle. I'm not sure that all crops actually have in fact, I'm not even sure if any of the crops have a different graphical appearance between fourth and fifth cycle. I just know that if you um, plant a crop here and it goes through the first three and then it hits the fourth one and it's got weeds and it's all disheveled and you come through with a rake and then immediately harvest it, you're only going to get minimum yield. Um, if you give it another growth cycle, which in this case would be 11 hours, um, but it could potentially hit fifth stage. So if we've got it set for 11 hours here, that means you get two potential growth cycles per day, which is more than fair. It's better than um, trying to plant nine things and before you even get to the sixth thing, it's ready for harvest. That's the issue we fought with originally. But that's why I slowed it down. Where is my stop turning? I need to open you. Okay, now we go this way. Come on. Open that. We're going to put those on here as well. Oh. Now, yep, it's still following me. So I think what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and plant, I don't know, 3 or 4 little crops of different crops and see what happens by tomorrow. So we're going to head straight over to this food storage bin so that we can get that done. And then I really need to get logging to get to band practice. For those of you that don't know, this is the praise and worship band for my church. I play bass for them. Or I try to play bass for them. Not all that good just yet, but I'm working on it. I have people, including my wife, that would argue with me on that point, but a year ago I barely knew what each of the strings were, let alone how to pluck on them. But I've played, I don't know, probably 120 different songs at church now with the team, and I mess up every week. But the nice thing is I'm not the only one that messes up. What in the world? Oh, I'm out of steam. Okay, let's do it again. Yeah, so Tuesday nights are the nights that I go practice the songs for that coming Saturday. Wednesdays, there's nothing going on, so I can dedicate Wednesday nights for the most part. I mean, I still have to help the wife and deal with the dogs and all that stuff, household chores, and helping the roommates where I can. But I can pretty much dedicate to the server. Thursdays, we have my wife's health and wellness class that she teaches. Or that I don't know if she teaches it, but she's it's for the church as well, but she's the one that's running the class, I guess. And it's not just, physical health, it's mental, emotional, spiritual, financial. She's trying to touch on family issues, budgets, all kinds of different stuff. But that's Thursday nights. So same thing in 2 days as what I'm doing now. At right about this time, we have to take off. So Thursday will be a shorter video unless I can get home earlier. And then Friday, I'll knock a video out or two. Saturday, I don't do anything. Okay, we'll stop him here. Ah, okay, open this up. And then Sunday, pretty much all day long, minus just a couple of hours in the morning when I go help one of my clients. I have a guy that's building a website, and I'm teaching him how to do that. So I go and help him where I can. Okay, let's do one corn. No, 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 no. Not 4. We want 1. 1. Yeah, let's do a strawberry. Okay, there's 4 different things. You know what? We'll take a rice too. Why not? Um, okay, we'll close that, and we'll go all this and pick seeds. Cucumber seeds, strawberry seeds. There's no seed for corn. This has to be crushed. The rice gets planted, the corn gets planted without qualms. Okay? Let's see. Let's go up this way just a little bit. Oh, my apologies. Cultivate. 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 And cultivate. One last one, and then we can start planting. There we go. So that one there. Cucumber sowed there. Oh, strawberries sowed there. Cucumbers there. And we'll do pumpkin right here. Okay. So now we got some seeds going, and we'll go down here to the water. That doggone sprint button that doesn't work. Okay, now we're going to take our rake again. Oh, I guess we don't have to. Can we just plant? Hello? Yes, we can. We can sow the seeds right there, and it automatically cultivates it for us. So now we've got rice going. We've got a few other crops going, but you see how they're just seedlings? The next growth cycle, they'll be a little bigger. The next one, they'll be almost full size. A good example of this is the cotton. Cotton will be full size, but without the white poof balls when it's at stage 3. At stage 4, it has the white poof balls, and at stage 5 it does. So, okay, so there's that. That is going to be it for this one. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Sorry I'm cutting it short and I gotta run, but get that window going. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. If you had any questions, comments, whatever, tips, tricks, suggestions, whatever, Leave them down below. And yes, I know I said cut it short, and here we are at an hour anyway. So this is it. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.